season, excuse me, with new engine under the hood. That engine looks strong, as I saw him practice a little earlier on tonight. So with that action, let's head up to the booth. Here's John Bartlett and David James. Guys?
All right, thanks very much, Dave Bradley. Yeah, we've got some great weather tonight, Dave, and also the Skoal All-Star late models in here. That's a fantastic show that we'll see.
Oh, yeah. First trip in for those guys this year. They're back again in August. They race really hard, really tough, and look at the crowd we got out here tonight. Everybody is just geeked to see these guys.
Oh, it should be a good one. Let's take you back and have a look at the highlights so far from the races tonight. Already some good action warming up on the track.
Oh, wow. Lots of action here. This is the All-Stars earlier on this evening. You see Craig Zurbrigg in the 4-car there. Lots and lots of action with these guys.
Of course, they'll be in the pits trying to get those cars back and ready for a big future race, which we'll have coming up a little later. But boy, oh boy, you get tangled up in the heats like that. It proves for some hard work for your crew early on.
Yeah, absolutely. Some good Thunder car action. Here's Steve Penny in the 37 car. Norm Stoddard in the Rack Shop 09 battling it out for the lead. Norm Stoddard taking the checkered flag in this one.
And Norm Stoddard there is also coming off a great week of racing last week as well. As we take a look at the Snow Valley Mini Storage Pure Stock point standings after June 14th, Kevin Van Boer still the race leader, or the point leader.
Yeah, not a lot of change there. Kevin's been really solid all year long. Larry Gauchi there, Doug Hutchinson as well. And all doing well this year. And Kevin really having a fantastic year.
Well, we've often talked about the consistency that you want to have on the track. That's really what helps you out in the point standings. And Case in point right there.
Yeah, right now. Steve St. Ange, interesting story. He's making a swan. There he is, making a swan song in the Pure Stock division tonight, making the move on up to the late models. Of course, his sponsor Kawasaki out here tonight as well. So lots of people down here on the sponsor deck. Everyone having a good time.
Yeah, it is St. Ange Recreation and Kawasaki night here at Barrie Speedway. To take in the action tonight here as we'll get set for our feature race of the Snow Valley Mini Storage Pure Stocks. It's the 89 of Larry McKinnon out of Aurelia in the Dodge Shadow that's got the pole position, driving for the Rack Shop as the green flag is down, and we're underway here in our feature of the Pure Stock division. Lots of cars on the track tonight and lots of spectators to take it all in.
Yeah, good pole position for McKinnon in that 89 car, the Rack Shop Dodge Saddle. You know, he either usually breaks or he wins the race, so we'll see what he can do tonight. He's finally got his own car back underneath him, and he's off to a good jump here.
Hey, he's got some smoke coming out of the back of the car, though, and that is very early in this race. If that is a concern for him or not, we shall have to wait and see, but already he's trying to open up a bit of a lap, or a bit of a gap, I should say.
Yeah, it looks like we got a caution out here already, yeah. Yeah, Devin Kraft, the 59 car. Oh, it looks like Tim Foster, the Bunsmaster. Number 19, that's a Ford Tempo getting around there. No serious damage there. Gather that thing back up. Looks like he might have a tire down on that, John.
He might, and it's kind of amusing when you say no serious damage on it, as you see all the dents down the side fender and all down the side of the car. No serious damage,
yeah,
though.
It's amazing if you have a look at these cars, you know, how they looked at the start of the year, and we're only like a couple months in, and most of them are pretty wrinkly at this point.
Absolutely. Well, we've got them lined up again. We'll get the green flag back and going. Larry McKinnon still on the pole in the 89. As the feature race continues here at the Thunder Cars, he's being hunted down by the 59 of Devin Kraft, driving the Mustang out of Barrie.
Yeah, Devin having a pretty decent year too, but I don't know if he's going to have anything for Larry. Don't let the that small automobile, that small Dodge Shadow fool you. That is a very, very quick car, and Larry knows how to drive.
Here comes the rest of the pack down the middle. Everyone running clean into the corners so far.
Yeah, things starting to spread out here already. Lots of running. Ooh, some three-wide action up there. Looks like hard to see from here who that is, but lots and lots of action. Jason Potterwell from the 7 car leading the way there. Doug Hutchinson in the front. Oh, somebody getting out of shape.
Yeah, but they hang on to it and keep her going, as you can see how tight the middle of the pack is here.
Yeah, Devin Kraft in the 59 car in second spot.
Whoa, a little traffic there, look out. They all make it through, and just barely. Here's a look at the 7 of Jason Potterwells.
Lots of action up and down the line in this one already. All sorts of three-wide action. Cars getting all out of shape. Here's the winning colors 59 of Devin Kraft all alone in second spot right now. It looks like Larry McKinnon, the 89 car, is already starting to check out, John.
Oh, McKinnon's got a great chance here to open up the gap and just run a clean race with lots of room, lots of open track. As you can see how much traffic there is behind him as we take a look at the Blue Jay Catering ticker to see Larry McKinnon out in front.
Yeah, some faster cars starting to move up now. There's last weekend's feature winner, Anna Milligan, in the 20 car. She's very quick. She's moved up into third spot.
And Anna Milligan out of Alliston driving that Volkswagen Scirocco for Transcend Freight Systems. And again, another one of those small, short wheelbase cars that can really wangle itself in through traffic.
Yeah, her husband, Tom, knows his way around those Volkswagens very well. He's been working on them for 10 or 11 years. He tells me there's Tom right there in the 24 car chasing around the Chameleon Hair Studios 28 of Doug Hutchinson.
Driving out of Oro Station, which is not too far from the track itself, which is just head over to Ridge Road.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, the track located about halfway between Orillia and Barrie, right on the 8th line of Oro. And of course, John, no substitute for being here.
Absolutely not. Is there a ton of fans in the stands taking that in tonight, the way we're going here? And it's so far been a pretty clean race in the Thunder Car division. The 28 of Doug Hutchinson right there has a little traffic behind him, though. 24, Tom Milligan, trying to get around him on the outside, and he's being pressured also by the 58 of Kevin Van Voorst.
Yeah, the 61 car
leader.
Yep, sorry, John. The 61 car Larry Gauchi right there as well. That's a battle. Most of those guys in the top 10 in the points, so everybody racing for position. Of course, every position counting towards more points in the standings.
And absolutely, and that's why Kevin Van Voorst, Larry Gauchi are in those top 5 of the point standings because of their consistency like this. But Daryl St. Onge in the number 8 is going to head to the pits. It looked like he blew a tire.
Yeah, wheel problems on that Young Drivers of Canada number 8. Looks like Daryl's done for the evening. Steve in the 636 car, that's the Kawasaki Ford Mustang. Oh, somebody getting around there.
The back
see that?
turn.
Yep.
That's Jason Potterwills in number 7. And he gets himself into the infield and out of traffic.
Yeah, the classic martial arts number 7 down on the infield. Jason picking up a heat win earlier tonight, I think. Oh, it looks like Tom Milligan in the 24 car finally starting to. Oh, you see another shot of Jason Potterwells. Might have had a little help from Jim Anderson in the 5 car. Hard to say.
Good job, though, by Potterwells to get the car out of the way and off the track to keep it green flag racing.
Absolutely. Doug Hutchinson, the 28 car, falling back a little bit now. 24, Tom Milligan getting by him, and Larry Gauchi and Kevin Van Voorst sliding on past him as well.
As we look in on the Snow Valley Mini Storage, pure stock 4 here on the Centennial Dodge Chrysler Barrie Speedway Power Hour. Saturday night racing here at the Speedway. And there's the 89 of Larry McKinnon, who is continuing to lead this race as now he's caught up to some lap traffic.
Yeah, Larry just on a roll out there at the front. Looked like he was putting the 27 car of Shauna Wilton a lap down. And Larry just on fire at the front of the line. Nobody near him at this point.
There's the 25 of Darren McKinnon driving the Chevy Corsica for Finish Line Graphics out of Angus. Caught up in the middle of the pack as well. 37 of Steve Penny trying to go high as the 24 of Tom Milligan dips underneath him.
Yeah, that's actually the 37. I think that's Terry Carr, actually. John, twin car to the Thunder Car driver, Steve Penny. Yep, that T-Car excavating machine. Having a strong night. I think he picked up a heat win earlier tonight as well. Larry Gauchi now looking low on the 24 car. Battle of the Scirocco's right there. Looks like he's going to take that spot away as they come down the back chute.
And there you see the battle between the 61 of Larry Gauchi and the 24 of Tom Milligan.
That's a battle for third spot. Gauchi now staying low on the track. Looks like he's going to work on the 59 car of Devin Kraft.
That was the 08 of Scott Harrod out of Thornton driving the Mustang that dipped low in the corner there. Meanwhile, Anna Milligan has worked her way up to second place here. So husband Tom trying to jump in the top 3 with her.
Oh, Kevin Van Voorst getting all out of shape as they come around turn 3 there.
Hangs on to it, though. Some intense battle racing going on here in the corners now in this feature tonight. That's the 27 of Shauna Wilton. Having the Mario's 2-for-1 pizza in Angus. The Mustang caught up in some traffic. Look at this.
Oh boy, lots of smoke coming off somebody there. I can't see. It looks like maybe the 19 car of Tim Foster smoking badly there. Oh, look at the action
up down the
here.
side. Steve St. Onge. And into the wall they go. The 37 of Terry Carr.
Oh, some wild action there. 3 wide. Steve St. Onge in the Kawasaki 636 trying to split the middle, and Terry Carr, the big loser in that one, getting up into the wall and getting that machine turned right around.
Well, as we said, the swan song tonight for Steve St. Onge in the 636 lime green Barrie Mustang, driving for St. Onge Recreation in Kawasaki. And fitting that his swan song tonight being St. Ange Recreation and Kawasaki night here at the track.
89, Larry McKinnon still leading the way. Anna Milligan in 20 in the 20 car in second spot. We haven't seen a whole lot of her tonight. McKinnon and Milligan pretty much checking out and leaving everybody else behind. So most of the action we've been watching, you know, the battle for third spot. Larry Gauci there, right behind him. Kevin Van Voorst moving back up to the high groove, trying to get around him.
Yeah, here we go. We see now, because of the caution flag, that the rest of the group had sort of close from McKinnon. And here are the race leaders right there, the 89 of Larry McKinnon and the 20 of Anna Milligan.
And look at the line he's running, John. He is just right down to the bottom of the track in the corners, right back up to the wall, white flags out, and it looks like he's pretty much home and cooled out in this one.
Now 1 lap to go, and he had smoke coming out of the car the whole race, but he's done a great job so far here as Larry McKinnon continues to lead the pack around the way, and now pressure being put on the 20 of Anna Milligan here on the final lap to see if she can maybe relinquish second place.
Oh, somebody getting down.
More tangled up down low in the dirt. Look out, there goes the 6 of Rob Walt, and the 55 of Marcel Drucker takes a bad bang up.
Well, some wild action at the very end of that race, but Larry McKinnon taking the checkers in this one. Lots of trouble. Looks like the 55 of Marcel Drucker bumpers off on that car, and there you are.
Yeah, they'll keep the checkered flag out for this one. No need for caution as Larry McKinnon does a great job. There goes the 636 of Steve St. Ange to cross the finish line as he will now get set to move up to the late model division.
That 55 car, Marcel Drucker, lots of damage on the front of that. I don't think there's a body panel on that thing that isn't bent.
Well, certainly took some damage, but a great win for Larry.
Third place finisher tonight, Larry Gauci. Larry just ran out of laps, it appeared.
Yes, I wish that we had about, I'd say 3 more laps I needed.
I understand somebody asked me, or somebody told me to ask you about your horseshoe.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I got 2 of them.
They bring you good luck?
Yes, they always have.
So you had a little bit of motor trouble the past couple of weeks, dropped you down in points just a little bit. Is this going to help rebuild your confidence and your momentum for the rest of the season?
Not really. I come here to finish every race. I look forward to finish the race no matter where I finish. Of course, hard to get by. You got to work your way up. And of course, I just love racing. As a matter of fact, I'm building another car.
And he loves being on the podium. Third place tonight, number 61, Larry Gauci. Second place finisher tonight, the Snow Valley Mini Storage Pure Stock Forest, Anna Milligan. Anna showed up late tonight, but fell just 1 position short from last week.
That's right. Going for first again tonight, but I got caught up at work, so yeah, I got here a little late.
How did it feel tonight?
The track was really slippery, but really good. It was a lot of fun.
Huge pack of cars. It seemed, though, once you were out in the open chasing down Larry McKinnon, you didn't really have any problems.
No, other than the last few laps, I think I might have blown a hose or something. The track got really slick for me if there was water on my tires, or I don't know. We'll have to check it out.
2 pretty good weeks, a win and a second. Are you going to change anything for next week?
Try and get back up to first again. I liked it there.
We'll see if she can do it next week. Your second place finisher tonight, Anna Milligan. Your feature winner tonight in the Snow Valley Mini Storage Pure Stock Forest, Larry McKinnon. Larry, it looked to be uncontested from flag to flag.
Oh man, we had a great time out there tonight. You know, I got to thank the Rock Shop for putting this 89 Dodge Shadow back together. We've gone through 7 motors in 7 weeks. A motor every week, and we've been working so hard. I got to thank Howie Fisher for super tuning this little Shadow. It just ran like a rocket tonight. Paul Gork for setting it up so well. It turned like it was on rails. There's so many people to thank. Home Depot for helping me find a motor at the last moment to throw it together, to put it in this thing. We took the wrench off it at 4 o'clock on Friday, and it ran great tonight. I'm so happy.
Started off the season very strong, and as you mentioned, you ran into motor trouble. Is your luck finally turning?
I think we've got it dialed in now. I think we've got a motor here that's going to stay together. If it was going to disintegrate, it would have done it in warm-ups or in the first couple of heats, but it's dialed in. It's really, really strong, and I'm really happy with it. I just got so many people to thank after the show, you know, but boy, oh boy, I'm elated.
With his second feature win of the season, Larry McKinnon, driver of the 89 Dodge Shadow in the Snow Valley Mini Storage Pure Stock Force.
Well, Larry certainly has a lot of reason to smile as he gets the big win. The Thunder Cars, St. Albans Recreation Thunder Cars, up next on the Centennial Dodge Chrysler Barrie Speedway Power Hour.
This program is brought to you in part by Centennial Dodge Chrysler Jeep, Canada's largest Chrysler dealership, featuring a 45-vehicle indoor showroom. Sales or leasing for new and used vehicles. Centennial Dodge Chrysler Jeep, what other dealers would like to be in the future. And by GD Coates Suzuki, Simcoe County's largest used car dealer, selling all makes and all models. Their specialty is giving you the green flag on credit approvals. GD Coates Suzuki, just down the street and worth the trip. Avis Car and Truck Rental, proud sponsor of the number 12 of Paul Milligan and the number 23 of Tammy Milligan. 3 locations to serve you better. Base Borden, Aurelia, Barrie. Avis Car and Truck Rental. We try harder. Simcoe Energy, offering propane for commercial, industrial, home heating, and supplying you with smart exchange for your barbecuing pleasure. With 25 years of combined experience, Simcoe Energy provides safety, service, and accessibility for customers. Locations near you available on our website.
Time now for a look at the St. Albans Recreation Thunder Car point standings after June 14th. Sean Cunningham out in front. The Cunningham family still in the top 5, though.
They sure are, but Gordy Shepard, you know, starting to reel those guys back in. He's not far behind in the points, and we'll see what he's got in this feature race tonight. 30 laps for these guys tonight, John.
And it will be a great feature race here in the St. Albans Recreation Thunder Cars as the cars go around the track, get themselves warmed up, although great conditions again tonight for racing. Also helps traction-wise when we have a nice, warm, dry track like we do tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes when the temperatures really start to get up, some of the oils and stuff will start to seep back out of the track and make things a little slick. But so far tonight, it looks like we've got perfect racing conditions, certainly ideal conditions for watching the racing, John.
And it is a good crowd on hand here tonight at the racetrack. For more information, directions, and all the info you want to know on the drivers and everything else about Barrie Speedway, visit the website at barriespeedway.com, as it can update you on everything from driver profiles to the point standings and all that fun stuff in between. As we get set to drop the green flag, and here we go with the 30-lap feature underway in the St. Albans Recreation Thunder Cars, and it's the 99 of Darren Cunnington that's got the pole and out in front.
Yeah, it looks like Mike Getliff in the Carline muffler, number 17, though, has a good run on the 99 car. He's up on the high side there as they come down the back chute. Guys still pretty much neck and neck.
That's the number 1 of Charlie Smith driving the Aurelia Kitchens Malibu right behind the 99 of Darren Cunnington. Trying to put a little pressure on him as well. Yeah, Darren Cunnington a little out of shape as he came off turn 2 there, opens the door for the 17 car. Mike Getliff coming back to stripe here now, and sure enough, Getliff leading the way. Finds the room, gets by, and now looks like the 32 of Denny Yell out of Tottenham driving the Loretto Inn Monte Carlo is going to try and follow the same line and go around the 99 of Darren Cunnington. Yeah, it looks like the high line is the place to be early in this one, John. Everybody moving up there. Looks like Darren Cunnington just having a hard time getting that car around the turns. Everybody taking advantage of him, trying to get past. Dennis Yell in the Loretto Inn 32. He's gone by. Looks like Charlie Smith in the Aurelia Kitchens number 1, and he's going to be the next one to go. Yeah, the number 1 of Charlie Smith was right behind the 99 of Darren Cunnington, but then, as you said, took that high road and now tries to get around him. Yeah, we've got a good battle shaping up at the front of the line here, too. Mike Getliff just off the screen there, but Dennis Yell in the 32 car, he's stuck right down low in the track. Looks like he's going to try and make a run underneath Getliff in that 17 car. There goes the number 1 of Charlie Smith trying to get in front of the 99 of Darren Cunnington, maybe cut down low and get the line. Yeah, Dirk Reichow in the Courtesy Chevrolet's number 20 right behind him, moving up to the high groove, too, trying to get past the 99 car. Look at this battle here between the 17 of Mike Getliff and the 32 of Denny Yell. Yeah, Dennis Yell starting to get the drop on him, though, in that preferred line down low. He's got that car working really well. Now we've got the 20 of Dirk Reichow driving the Courtesy Chevrolet's Olds Cutlass out of Hamilton, trying to go around the 99 of Darren Cunnington. Yeah, these guys coming past the stripe now. Dennis Yell now leading the way. Mike Getliff right behind him. Charlie Smith in third spot. Oh, big gaggle of cars there. Did you see that? 3 wide, John. Absolutely on board with the number 6 of Chris Cunnington. Terrific camera shot as they just head around turns 3 and 4. Great view of the racetrack. And he's right in the middle of the pack. See how tight the field is.
Yeah, the guys this is about halfway back through the field. These guys nodded right up. Norris Stoddard, the Rock Shop 09 car, having a little battle there with the 21 car. That's, oh, nice move. Dives down low, trying to get around the 21 car of Luke Janak.
Oh, but he gets cut right back off. Couldn't hold the line on it.
No, he's right down on the turf. That's going to slow him up a little bit. The PM Auto Parts 21 of Luke Janak. Up on the high side there, Luke, another veteran driver, good race car driver, but I think he's going to have a hard time with Stoddard in the 09 car here. Gordy Shepard in the 10 car, another fast mover.
Trying to follow the line of the 09. Look at that, trying to stay underneath them and follow right up the 09 of Norm Stoddard. And Stoddard's car is running well tonight. And there you go, the 10 of Gord Shepard out of Oro Station right behind him, riding his bumper, and is able to take that low line and get by the 21 of Luke Gignac.
Yeah, Stoddard's really been on a roll here of late. Won the feature last weekend and was really quick in the heats again tonight, and he's already heading up to the front of the line, I think.
Now there's pressure being put on the number 1 car of Charlie Smith by the 52 of Greg Callow.
Yeah, Callow in the Speedy Auto Service number 52. They're putting a lot of pressure on young Charlie Smith. Good battle there. Great battle here. Gord Shepard in that 10 car. Norm Stoddard in the 09 side by side. A little farther back here, there's your points leader, the 68 car of Sean Cunnington.
The 05 of Adam Reed there in that 3 wide on the turn, trying to take the high road to get around his 2 cars in front of him.
The track is in great shape tonight. Look at the racing, John. You got guys passing on the high side of the track, passing down on the low side, and of course that's what makes Barrie Speedway such an exciting place to watch the racing. A good 2-line racetrack.
The number 20 of Dirk Reichow here trying to fight off the 1 of Charlie Smith, who's trying to go around him. And the 52 of Greg Callow is also behind the number 1 of Charlie Smith. Reichow feeling a lot of heat right now from 3 cars around him.
Yeah, Smith and Reichow running right side by side, keeping those faster cars in behind them, packed right up. Norm Stoddard now trying to find a way to get past these guys.
Yeah, you can see Norm Stoddard gets a little impatient down the straightaway, dodging left, right, trying to find the opening to get by.
Yeah, that car is really hooked up well, seems to run everywhere on the racetrack. Now he's got the line on Smith, moves up, and he'll try and get past Reichow on the high side here.
And around he goes. Charlie Smith now stuck looking at the exhaust pipe of Norm Stoddard, as Stoddard keeps it high to get by Reichow.
Yeah, Gordy Shepard in that 10 car following him right through.
Follow the line. Follow the leader.
Some really good racing back in the pack. Looks like they're got the 17 car, Mike Getliff, next on their sights. Oh, a little bit of a slide job there for the 09 of Norm Stoddard. A little bit of a wiggle there as he comes off 3.
Yeah, he hung on to it on the turn, though. There's the 32 of Dennis Yell. Now the 09 of Norm Stoddard up beside the 17 of Mike Getliff, as the 92 of Dan Dixon takes a little dirt on the infield.
And Gord Shepard hard on the brakes there. Was thinking about going in between those guys and thought better of it.
There's a 24 of Leonard Johnston driving the Monte Carlo out of Gravenhurst. He's into the infield.
Yeah,
and we have caution out.
Yeah, mechanical black flag. Something may be coming off that Happenings Tent and Party Rentals number 24 of Leonard Johnson. Bringing out the caution flag. Boy, some great racing in this one so far, though. Gord Shepard and Norm Stoddard, the fast cars on the track from the looks of it at this point, weaving their way through the field. Some great racing.
Yeah, putting on a show with some of the passing moves that they've done there. And as I said, Norm Stoddard in the 09, just watching him come down the straightaway, you see him weaving and dodging left and right, looking for an opening. And then, boy, when he finds it, he wastes no time making his move.
Yeah, Norm, very entertaining driver. You know, as you said, John, he moves all over the track, not afraid to give somebody a little nudge if he's in their way. I mean, that's what racing out here is all about. You know, it's a contact sport, and these guys will, you know, use the old chrome horn to get the car in front of them out of the way.
And the 52 of Greg Callow driving the Speedy Auto Service Design and Machine and Auto Trim Design Malibu out of Oro Station, heads off to the pits for quite possibly a quick little repair and get him back out there. Cars lined up again. Here we go. Green flag racing back underway on our 30-lap feature in the St. Ange Recreation Thunder cars. The 32 of Dennis Yell out in front of the 09 of Norm Stoddard. And watch
nice
for
move.
Stoddard. There's his move. And watch for the 10 of Gord Shepard to now try and duplicate that some way in his own.
Oh, terrific move there by Stoddard. Both those cars, the 32 of Yell and the 17 of Getliff, pushing up a little on the track, and Stoddard just sailing right through. Look at the lead he's got already, John. He's built up about 6 or 7 car lengths. Gord Shepard in the 10 car moving up in the high line, trying to get around that 32 car.
Yeah, he's trying to get around Dennis Yell and then hunt down the 09 of Norm Stoddard. And we've got another caution flag out here, as the 09 of Norm Stoddard did a great job, but some fluid spilled on the track, so the cleanup crew's got to go out and attend to that.
Yeah, Greg Callow going down to the pits During the previous yellow, it looked like the car was overheating, came back out, maybe something, a little water coming out from his car. Got her cleaned up pretty quick and we're back to racing.
And it's the 09 of Norm Stoddard that's out in front trying to expand his lead once again. But he's got that 10 of Gord Shepard to watch. Shepard will try and make a move on the 32 of Dennis Yell behind him.
Yeah, big lead for Stoddard, though. Boy, oh boy, he's got about a half a straightaway on these guys. These guys battling down for second spot here. The 32 car of Yell and the 10 car of Shepard. Last week, Stoddard got out front and just literally drove away from everybody. I don't know if anyone's going to have anything for him tonight.
Here we are on board with the number 6 of Chris Cunnington, and watch out for Cunnington. There he is right behind the 32 of Dennis Yell, and now follows the line of the 10 of Gord Shepard. So Cunnington has been quietly moving his way up the field.
Tell you what, John, what a terrific angle to watch that at. Just a great angle watching Yell and Shepard battling, but no longer battling now.
Shepard's got by Yell, and now watch for the 6 of Cunnington to do the same and get by Yell.
Oh, there's brother Sean in the 68 car, the points leader. All of those guys looking for a way to get around that 32 car.
They might just find it if they use a little brotherly love here and help each other out.
Yeah, there's Joe Whitaker in the Rand Home Improvements number 7 car moving up as well, but Norm's, oh, well, looky here. Things starting to tighten up just a little bit at the front of the line, John.
As we have a look trackside, as the cars go by, there's the 32 of Dennis Yell.
Yeah, Dennis Yell having a really good run. He often, runs up front for the first 15 or 20 laps and then tends to fall back, but he is having a very, very strong run tonight in the Loretto in Monte Carlo.
The 68 of Sean Cunnington got into a little bit of a bumper rub there with the 7 of Joe Whitaker, as the two of them were trying to get some position on the 32 of Dennis Yell.
Yeah, good battle there. Yell still holding them off, but it looks like the 68 car, oh my goodness, look at this. Shepard, he must have been half a track behind Norm Stoddard, and he is right on his back bumper. My goodness.
And the fun part about this is they've caught up to lap traffic, so this makes it even more interesting for the 09 of Norm Stoddard to try and hold off the 10 of Gord Shepard.
And speaking of how well Stoddard's cars run on the track, look at Shepard up the track, down the track. That car just hooked up no matter where he is. And as they come around the turn here, Shepard's starting to get a little bit of an edge on him here, I think, John.
Take Stoddard on the outside, and the 09 of Norm Stoddard got just a little loose coming out of the corner there, and you see he's rubbing a little bit of the dirt on the infield, trying to hold that inside line nice and tight.
Yeah, that car of Shepard really working good in the high line. Every time they come around the corner, Shepard just getting a little bit more of a drop on him.
There goes. Look out as the 09 of Stoddard got a piece of Shepard. As Shepard dinged him first, Shepard ends up off to the wall. We have caution out as the 09 of Norm Stoddard escapes any trouble there.
Oh, I'll tell you what, John, that was a nasty, nasty move. Shepard getting by him on the high side, and I guess Stoddard not liking it and giving him just a little bit of a tap as he came by there. And sure enough, here comes the black flag. Stoddard's going to be off for the rest of this race. I guess they're calling that an intentional takeout, and from my vantage point, John, pretty much looked that way to me.
Well, let's have another look at it here. You see, the 09 got a little loose, and yeah, he came back and then hit the back of the 10 of Gord Shepard, and Shepard able to hang on before he goes into the wall right there, prevents himself from going into the wall as the 09 of Norm Stoddard goes by, and now there'll be words exchanged between Stoddard and the track officials. Meanwhile, the 37 of Steve Penny driving the T-Car Excavating Malibu out of Angus has got a little smoke coming out of him.
Wow, some wild, wild action with 2 laps to go.
And it was just a couple turns earlier than that. The 09 of Stoddard got a little loose coming around the corners like that, and I wondered if that may be a factor, and then sure enough, with the pressure on from Gord Shepard, got loose a little too much that time, and then gives Shepard the little love tap.
Yeah, Gord Shepard now leading the way in this one. He's got Joe Whitaker in the 7 car right behind him. Another fast machine. 2 laps left, though. We'll see if he's got anything for him.
Whitaker tries to dip low. Shepard cuts off the lane and keeps it going. It's going to be a tight race to the finish here. The 1 of Charlie Smith got turned a little sideways on that turn. Keeps it straight now, though, with 1 lap to go with the white flag out and lots of traffic down the pack there as they're getting all roughed up.
Yeah, Gord Shepard, though, I think he's got
There's
this one
a
in the bag.
17 of Mike Getliff into the infield with a nice little donut action.
Guys may be getting a little punchy late in the night, John.
And we get checkered flag with a yellow waving as this one will end with a victory for the number 10 of Gord Shepard.
Third place finisher in the St. Albans Recreation Thunder Car Division tonight, Sean Cunnington. Sean, strong run, but a little controversy at the end.
Yeah, it was a little bit of controversy. I didn't see what happened between the first and second place car, but apparently the first place car took the second place car out, which is all right on my books. I didn't see it, so, but it was a little messed up race. Every time I went to pass somebody, I got put behind them, but hey, that's racing. It was a good race.
Seems like week in, week out, you find yourself at the front and quietly.
I just try to run through the pack as clean as I can. You know, the odd tap here and there, but I don't mean to wreck anybody if I do. But I just try to drive clean and get the car up there for my dad.
Is that really the secret to success here at Barrie Speedway, is to kind of keep all four fenders on it?
That's the whole key in racing here, is keeping clean and just moving on to the front.
This bolsters your point standings as well. I mean, you're coming here in the leading points and just another strong finish.
Well, it's keeping me there, but Gordy probably caught out by a few points tonight because I had a bad night in the heats and I got the car straightened out for the feature, but it's all right. It's a long season yet.
Looking ahead to next week, any plans?
Got to do a little bit of work on the car to get it a little back to the way it was, but I'm just going to drive clean, finish the season off. If I finish first, I finish first. If I don't, my goal is top 10.
Sean Cunnington looking to retain the point lead in the St. Albans Recreation Thunder Car. Second place finisher tonight, Joe Whitaker. Joe, strong run tonight. Seemed as though you just had to weed your way through traffic.
Yeah, you just have to be patient out there. There's not much room. You can't go three wide here, so you just got to wait for them to get single file and then do your passing on the inside or the out. And I was very, very patient.
Now you got a pretty good record here at Barrie Speedway. Your third time here, and you've got what, 2 seconds and a third?
Yes, I do. I haven't got the win here yet. I thought I did when Gordy and Norm got into it, but Gordy got a spot back, which is good for him, and I'll see if I can get him next week.
Will you be back to Barrie Speedway?
Yeah, I really like it here. The tires work a lot better here, and I don't have a strong motor for other tracks, so yeah, it's really nice, and yeah, it looks like this might be home for a while.
Maybe we can see Joe Whitaker in the victory lane in weeks to come. Down here with your winner, Gord Shepard, tonight. Gord, picked up your first feature victory of the night or the year so far. How do you feel?
I feel good. It's been a long battle.
Now, what exactly happened between you and Norm Stoddard?
I think Norm was just mad because I was bumping him on the track there, and he retaliated and spun me out.
So you thought it was totally a spin because Norm had mentioned that it might have been just an overcorrect.
That's what he said? Yeah, well, let's leave it at that.
So you've been strong for the past few weeks now. Do you have things sorted out?
Oh yeah, we got a decent car.
Great. And how about the traffic out there? There was tons, people slipping, sliding all over the place.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people leaking stuff on the track.
Any plans for next week?
Just gonna fix it up and make it look good again, and check it all over, make sure there's nothing broken or bent, and we'll be back next week.
Gord Shepard picks up his first feature victory of the season tonight, guys.
Dave obviously is happy about that first win, but we've got some All-Star late models, the Skoal All-Star late models up next on the Centennial Dodge Chrysler Barrie Speedway Power Hour.
This program is brought to you in part by Centennial Dodge Chrysler Jeep, Canada's largest Chrysler dealership, featuring a 45-vehicle indoor showroom. Sales or leasing for new and used vehicles. Centennial Dodge Chrysler Jeep, what other dealers would like to be in the future. And by GD Coates Suzuki, Simcoe County's largest used car dealer, selling all makes and all models. Their specialty is giving you the green flag on credit approvals. GD Coates Suzuki, just down the street and worth the trip. Avis Car and Truck Rental, proud sponsor of the number 12 of Paul Milligan and the number 23 of Tammy Milligan. 3 locations to serve you better. Base Borden, Aurelia, Barrie. Avis Car and Truck Rental. We try harder. Simcoe Energy, offering propane for commercial, industrial, home heating, and supplying you with smart exchange for your barbecuing pleasure. With 25 years of combined experience, Simcoe Energy provides safety, service, and accessibility for customers. Locations near you available on our website.
All right, time to get a 75-lap feature in here with the All-Star late models as the green flag drops and we are underway in this All-Star late models series. And Dave, it's going to be a fantastic race here, at least we expect. Quickly, though, a little difference between the AlStar Late Model Series and the regular late models we'd see here at the track already. A yellow flag out on the first lap.
Oh, trouble up in turn one right off the get-go on this one. Craig Zerbruggen in the 4-car involved in that. Bunch of the other guys. Of Mike Poulton on the inside.
Not a great start to a race when you're on the hook first lap in.
Yeah, of course, you know, these guys been, waiting for a bit, ready to go. A lot of guys all looking for the same spot. And of course, you know, it often happens. First lap, first turn, you get a whole gaggle of these guys all caught up in a big mess. Looks like we're just about ready to get this thing back underway, though.
All right, green flag racing, and we are underway. We'll try it all again. You can see a lot of cars, a lot of traffic, and bang we go in the back of the pack again.
Yeah, Jim Mullenhouse on that 30 car. That's the AlStar Engine Service number 30. Getting off to the front. Got a good run off turn one there. Quickly got himself past the 53 car of Mike Poulton.
And there you see the 31 of Sean McWhorter already with a banged up fender, and he's got some of that left front fender waving out on him.
Yeah, Sean, like scary loose through most of the heats tonight too, and it looks like he's still, that's the 01 car of Stan Stone getting pushed down onto the infield.
And they're all over the place, all over the track here on this one, as the cars are also a little bigger, which provides a little less room and the speed, and that is why we see a little more action here with the AlStar Late Models.
Yeah, Barrie Speedway, very long straightaways, but very tight turns, and a lot of the guys have a hard time getting around in this. A lot of the guys don't. They'll get up on the high side and not have any problems at all. So far in this one, though, it looks like Jim Mullenhouse in that 30 car, the class of the field.
It was the 88 of Jim Rogers there just moments ago that got a little sideways in the turn. A little smoke. Now the 53 of Mike Poulton goes sideways in the turn, and we've got a caution flag out again.
Boy, a lot of bumping early in this one. It started right off the first lap. You see a couple there. Looks Pete Shepard Jr. in the 79 car there. Not sure who that is in the white car. Can't see the number from this vantage point, but it looks like they've gotten themselves together, pushed themselves down onto the infield. 52 car of Scott Lyons, you see him just heading on by there. He's up, been having a fairly strong season. Up near the front, Jim Mullenhouse, though, we get back underway here, leading the way.
And the green flag down again. We'll continue racing here in the AlStar Late Model Series, and again, Dave, maybe we'll try and get in now if they can keep some green laps in. What's just some of the quick differences that we'd see between the AlStar Late Models and the regular late models?
Not a whole lot of difference. Biggest difference, actually, our guys in Barrie have a little bit of advantage. They run a slick tire. These guys run a treaded tire here. A little more horsepower with the AlStars. The lower ride height, they're allowed to have the bodies 4 inches off the ground, and a little bit of difference in the front suspension components as well. They're allowed to have a few more fabricated parts. But from what we've seen, there's not, on the stopwatch, not a whole lot of difference. Oh, my! Looks like Jim Rogers.
And the 88 got sideways on the turn again. Boy, we've seen that a lot. There goes another one into the infield. And it's been a rough night. The 42 of Richard Holmes gets it back on the track and continues.
Yeah, just some wild action back in the pack. Oh, Scott Lyons making a move now, getting down low under the 53 car of Mike Poulton.
And the 93 of Tim Cole gets into the infield and right back out in front of the 67 of Steve Tamiersma.
Well, some wild action so far in this one. You see the 82 car back there. That's that good-looking white and green machine. That's points leader Jason Shaw. He's won the first 2 races, and he has been almost unbeatable so far this year in this division.
And we have caution out yet again here as we look in on the 52 of Scott Lyons.
Yeah, Lyons leading the way now in this one. He's been pretty quick this evening. Didn't take him a lot of time to move up to the front there. We're about 12 laps in on this one right now. You see the safety crew.
We've got some debris on the track from those cars going in and out of the infield. And that'll happen. You get the dirt on the track especially, and also, as you mentioned, with the cars being so low to the ground, you get in on the infield like that, chance of some parts being knocked off.
Absolutely. Jim Mullenhouse, my mistake. Jim Mullenhouse in the 30 car leading the way. Scott Lyons in the 52 right behind him, and they're already starting to put some distance between themselves and the rest of the field. The 53 car of Mike Poulton starting to fall back.
Whoa, here we go again, the 31. Sean McWhorter getting tied up with the 88 of Jim Rogers. Watch this to the right of your screen.
Oh, man. Sean McWhorter seems to have been right in the middle of just about everything that's happened on the track here tonight.
So he and Rogers going around. Another caution out, and clean him up, move him off. Green flag. Here we go. Boy, oh boy, lots of action on the track here tonight. Some great racing, but they're playing bumper cars out there.
They sure are. Jim Ollenhouse in that 30 car. Oh, actually, he's in second spot. Looks like on the restart there, another...
More traffic here. Stamets the 47 of Tom Walters getting tangled up on the wall, and look at this.
Yeah, Stompin' Tom. He just couldn't seem to get that car to turn. Something happened up here. He gets bumped, and then the car just essentially goes just straight up into the wall. You can see him up there at the front.
And everybody comes in, gets caught in the traffic, and oh, look at the crush job done there. So slowly we're just knocking cars out of the field here as we continue through race night.
Back to green flag racing. Scott Lyons in the 52 car now leading away. Looks like the 79 car of Pete Shepard moving up into sixth spot. Good, second spot, I should say. Good shot of the 82 car right there. Jason Shaw currently leading the points.
With. Here's a look at the late model AlStars here and what it's like to be on board with one.
Yeah, not a whole lot of room to view there, and not a lot of peripheral vision in these cars either. I mean, these guys can't be whipping their heads around left and right to see who's beside them, so it's a really tough deal to drive these things. It's a good battle at the front of the line here now. Shaw looks like he's moved himself up into fourth spot. I believe that's Tim Cole in the 93 car up there in front of him. Good battle here. That's the 72 car. Rob McDonald in the 44 car. I think that's Steve Laking. Shaw now looking high. That's the 93 car of Tim Cole he's looking at, trying to find a way to get around him. These guys have been battling for a couple of laps now. That's a battle for third spot. At the front of the line, Scott Lyons still leading the way in the 52 car. Right behind him, Pete Shepard, 16 years old in the 79 car. Of course, the Shepard's a great racing family from Southern Ontario. Pete running Thunder car for a few years and making the big move up to the late models last year.
There's the 82 of Jason Shaw. You just can't find a line or anywhere to go to try and make a pass.
Yeah, it looks like these guys are settling into a pretty good long green flag run here. Got sort of all the cautions out of the way early in this one, John. It looks like they've settled into a real groove here. Got about 15 laps in here so far of green flag racing. A really good run for these guys.
There's the 52 of Scott Lyons out in front of the 79 of Pete Shepard.
Yeah, now the guy's starting to move in through some of the slower traffic. Now you see a lap car down there on the inside. 52 car of Lyons, you see him right there, hooked up real well, having a good run right behind him. The 79 car of Pete Shepard, never more than a couple of car lengths behind him. You see a ways back the 93 car. That's Tim Cole right behind him, the 82 car of Jason Shaw.
Hey, the 09. Oh, now we got the 89 of Sean Chenoweth into the infield there.
Yeah, the 09 car, good story there. That's Kent Noon ran out here in the pure stock division a couple of years ago. Engine problems during practice, they blew up. They actually had to change the motor in that car before we hit green flag racing, and he just made it out for the last chance feature and got that car into the main. Good for him.
Worked by the pit crew. It's a big team and family down there. When problems arise, everybody jumps in and get the car going.
Yeah, those guys borrowing a motor, and I think getting a hand from a couple of the other crews here. So a good deal for him. Of course, another young driver there in that 09 car. He's 16 years old.
There's a look at the 82. Jason Shaw trying to get by the 93 of Tim Cole.
Yeah, Shaw just all over the back of him, but patient, you know, trying to pick his spot. Shaw running a very smart race here. Moved up really quickly. I think he started in about the 17th spot, got up to the front fairly early, and just trying to find the right spot to make a move on Tim Cole. That 82 car, Ford Mustang, I think it's the only one in the field. Oh, and there he goes, John. Look at that.
It's
nice
underneath
move.
them and hangs on to the line and makes the pass. Great move by the 82 of Jason Shaw.
And just like that, that's what I was just saying, just about the patience, you know. Having a look, waiting, saw the opening, and just blasted right on through there. Nice driving. That moves Shaw up into third spot.
Well, that sometimes is so integral when you have such a long race. No need to be anxious to pass. Just wait for your moment and make the move at the right time. Be patient.
Yeah, especially in a 75-lap race, like there's generally at least a few cautions throughout the race, so that will tend to tighten the field up. But you see, Shaw's got a little bit of ground to make up here if he wants to catch up to the leaders. There's some lap cars between he and Lyons in the 52 car and Shepard in the 79.
Yeah, he was just trying to get by the 28 of Dwayne Baker there and try and gain some of that room back. There he goes, the 82 of Jason Shaw.
Yeah, Shaw in good shape here right now. Nobody in front of him, so he's got some open track to run on to see if he can reel these front runners in. Good looking car.
And so far, with all the banging and bumping we've seen out there this race, he's looking great because I don't think he's been tangled up in too much, if any of it.
Yeah, Walter's not making it back out. Tom Walters in the 47 car, currently second in the points. That is going to really hurt him. We're going to drop him big time in the points. Of course, Tom, a three-time champion. Oh, somebody getting up into the wall up there.
The wall there, now staying high. Possibly off to the pits after a bump like that.
Yeah, didn't catch the number in that car, but he looked like he was in trouble. Probably take that car down to the pits. These guys really spread out now. A lot of the cars a lap down. You see there your three front runners starting to tighten up a little bit. Shaw in the 82 car, Shepard in the 79, and leading the way, the 52 car of Scott Lyons.
And the rest of the traffic. You know, lap traffic can be advantage sometimes to not necessarily the race leader, but anyone running second or third, as you can use that race or the lap cars to your advantage on the race leader. The the 38 of Kirk Hooker heads off to the infield.
Yeah, heat may be becoming a factor for some of these cars. You see some of them starting to smoke a little bit. Good battle at the front of the line here, though, in this one. The 52 car of Scott Lyons, moving up the track to get around that yellow car there. Can't see who that is. Might have
lost a foot flat at, what do you call it when a tire goes down? It goes
flat tire.
That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, he's got a lot of smoke coming out of that left front there, rubbing the fender.
We got a great battle back here. The Lions still leading the way, but it looks like Shaw in the 82 car. Now falling back a little bit.
Just couldn't get him. He tried to get him on the outside here, and now it's the 79 of Pete Shepard that's got the low part of the track. Shaw trying to get him by on the high. He gets a little in the turn, but just not enough to get down in front of him.
And of course, Lyons loving this. Lyons running up there in front of them. Oh, now trouble for Lyons. He's coming up in a slower car there. That's Derek Temiersma. Temiersma still in the lead lap, so he's not likely to give his line up real quick. He's going to want to keep that machine on the lead lap, John.
Absolutely, and now look at this bunch up here for 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, less than 10 laps to go here. This thing really starting to tighten up. Guys starting to race harder and harder. Lyons in the 52 car still leading the way, but he's got two very fast cars right behind him. Shepard in the 79, Shaw in the 82, and they are bunched up tight.
Oh, they certainly are. Look at this, 1, 2, 3 right there. And now the 79 of Pete Shepard trying to get low, maybe get under the 52 of Scott Lyons. But can't do it as Shaw looks to still try and get by. Look at this. Derek Temiersma is causing all this action here because he won't let the 52 of Lyons by as Lyons gets into a little traffic with the 79 of Shepard. There goes the 52 of Lyons.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, John, you could see that coming. Temiersma keeping that car down low, giving those guys the high lane, but it was only a matter of time. Somebody makes a mistake. And around goes Scott Lyons. He is not going to be happy with that. And of course, the involved car, the 79, likely both of those guys going to go to the back. And here's your new race leader, the 82 car. And look who it is, Jason Shaw, trying to make a bid to make history here tonight. If he can pull this off, that's 3 in a row for him. That's the first time that's been done in the AlStar Series.
And Jason Shaw now with a clean, easy lead around the track. And boy, what a disappointment that'll be for the 52 of Scott Lyons, but history made tonight as the 82 of Jason Shaw for the 3rd straight time will take the checkered flags here in the Skoal All-Star Late Model Series.
Well, patience winning out for Jason Shaw. I mean, we say it over and over again, especially in a 75-lap race, lots of time. Of course, mind you, in this case, they were, closing in on the, the last 5 laps, but you got to pick your spots, and you go too early.
Your second place finisher tonight, Tim Cole. Tim, how does it feel?
Well, if you know my situation, 4 years ago next weekend, I had a very horrific accident coming back from Ottawa, so this is a remarkable return for me, like this, just to be here. There's many a doctor out there that said this day would never ever happen, and I've beat the odds, I've made it back, I'm competitive, and hopefully we can be competitive all year. That's just my goal, Hey, I like to win just like the next guy, but I'll take second, third any night of the week.
You're just happy to be in a car? Is it safe to say that?
Yeah, it's good to be in a car, and we keep working at it. This is my 3rd race in 4 years. Hey, I'm doing all right.
You were quietly solid tonight, just kind of keeping your nose in there and ended up being there at the finish. Was that your plan at the start?
Hey, that's my plan every week. This car's unsponsored, and all we have to do is finish. If we can take this thing home without any marks on it, we got our main.
Tim Cole, your second place finisher, still looking for a sponsor. If anybody out there looking to help him out, give him a call. Jason Shaw, collecting congratulations from your entire crew. You've made history tonight. How does it feel?
I'm wore out. It feels good. Oh man, I didn't think I got much damage, but I guess I got a little bit. Just tried to keep the nose clean all day. Had to pass a few guys tonight. That was too bad at the end there. The lap car got held up Lyons, and then he got together with Shepard, and it's too bad they had to go to the back because we were having a pretty good battle out there. It was actually a lot of fun.
Was that pretty much a key tonight? Was keeping the nose clean, keeping all four fenders on?
Yeah, that was my strategy before I even thought about coming back here for another time. We did this race last year, and we won it last year by keeping the nose clean, and we did it again this year. This is awesome. The System Search fire protection Del Meadows Mustang ran awesome today. Thank the crew, thank the race fans, thank the television, thanks Skoll. This is awesome. 3 in a row. We're on a damn good roll here.
You started well deep in the pack. How did you work your way up?
Patience. That's all it took. It just, guys were banging off each other and spinning, and I just took it easy and just kept my head. And then he said there was 25 laps to go, so I stepped it up and kind of got a little bit rough in the 93, but got by him and caught up to the leaders there. And we were having a damn good race. It was a lot of fun.
Finally, Jason, can you be beat?
I hope not. We got a good streak going here. I just hope we can keep it going.
Your All-Star Late Model feature winner tonight, Jason Shaw, 3rd in a row. Unprecedented.
Well, Jason Shaw with the hat trick here in the Skoll All-Star Late Models. We've got a race day wrap-up when we return to the Centennial Dodge Chrysler Barrie Speedway Power Hour.
This program is brought to you in part by Centennial Dodge Chrysler Jeep, Canada's largest Chrysler dealership, featuring a 45-vehicle indoor showroom. Sales or leasing for new and used vehicles. Centennial Dodge Chrysler Jeep, what other dealers would like to be in the future. And by GD Coates Suzuki, Simcoe County's largest used car dealer, selling all makes and all models. Their specialty is giving you the green flag on credit approvals. GD Coates Suzuki, just down the street and worth the trip. Avis Car and Truck Rental, proud sponsor of the number 12 of Paul Milligan and the number 23 of Tammy Milligan. 3 locations to serve you better. Base Borden, Aurelia, Barrie. Avis Car and Truck Rental. We try harder. Simcoe Energy, offering propane for commercial, industrial, home heating, and supplying you with smart exchange for your barbecuing pleasure. With 25 years of combined experience, Simcoe Energy provides safety, service, and accessibility for customers. Locations near you available on our website.
All right, here's a look at the Snow Valley Mini Storage Pier Stock 4 standings now, with Kevin Van Voorst still out on top and doing a great job. Van Voorst so consistent on the track.
Yeah, not a whole lot of change there. Sean Cunnington still leading the way, but it's tightened up a little bit. Gord Shepard winning the feature tonight, tightening the points up just a little bit more.
In the St. Albans Recreation Thunder Cars and the Simcoe Energy Barrie Late Models in a race tonight, but Steve Quinnell still out on top there, and Glenn Watson moving into second as we round out our top 8 in the Simcoe Energy Barrie Late Model Series here at the Speedway. And a couple of the upcoming events at Barrie Speedway. Be sure to check it out and log on to the website at barriespeedway.com. But a fantastic night of racing tonight here, David, as we've seen some great action on the track in all the divisions.
Oh, it was just wild, wild action. You know, we talk about it all the time. Patience, patience, patience. And Jason Shaw, you know, he hung back behind the 93 car for about 40 laps, picked his spot, blew on by those guys, stayed out of trouble, and he takes his 3rd win.
Well, it does wonders for you if you have the patience on the track. That does it for this week of the Centennial Dodge Chrysler Barrie Speedway Power Hour, and we hope that you'll join us again next week. Let's go down now to Dave Bradley.
Well, it's not even a full moon tonight, but emotions still ran high in all 3 divisions here at Barrie Speedway. In the All-Star Late Model Touring Series, they don't even run regularly here, but there was still some controversy in that one as Pete Shepard was going for the lead, managed to spin out the leader at the time, and he got black flag. In the St. Albans Recreation Thunder Kart Series, Storm Norman Stoddard was going for his 2nd win in a row, and he got tangled up with Gord Shepard going down the back chute. One says he was just correcting, the other said he got into them. There was contact. Norm Stoddard went back to the pits. The Snow Valley Mini Storage Pure Stock 4s, they were relatively clean. Larry McKinnon led from flag to flag as he picked up his 2nd feature win of the season, but not after 7 motors, believe it or not. He's had a lot of bad luck so far this year. Let's hope it's changing. Of course, the winner tonight in the St. Albans Recreation Thunder Car Series, Gord Shepard picking up his first win. And a big congratulations to Jason Shaw, who made history tonight here at Barrie Speedway in collecting his 3rd straight All-Star Tour feature win. And that will be remembered in the record books. For John Bartlett and David James, I'm Jake Bradley. Thank you for watching the Centennial Dodge Chrysler Jeep Barrie Speedway Power Hour here on Rogers Television. We'll see you next week.
Call the Rogers Television Viewer Response at 888-410-2020 or visit our website with your comments.
Okay, I'm see no evil.
Speak no evil.
Pardon?
Oh!